The tea seller. A major was climbing up the Himalayas with a team of 20 soldiers. It was a cold winter, temperature had dropped and it became very severe in those conditions. The soldiers felt if someone can give them a cup of hot tea, it would be very helpful. But where can tea be available in the desolate Himalayas? After some time, while they were moving, they saw a wooden structure which looked like a tea shop. Unfortunately, it was locked. They thought if there had been a tea seller, we could have felt relieved with a hot cup of tea. They suggested to their officer, let's break the lock. There must be materials for making tea inside. The officer was now in an ethical dilemma. On one side, he felt the army is not meant to loot from people but for protecting them. On the other side was the temptation of steaming hot cup of tea for his team. Finally, he gave them the permission. The lock was broken. The soldiers entered and found stove, fuel, tea leaves, etc. To their delight, they made sufficient tea to drink. There were even biscuit packets. Before leaving, the major thought, we are army men, not thieves. We must compensate to this tea shop owner. He took out roughly around 3 to 4,000 rupees and placed them on the table under the sugar container. Then they bolted the door and left. After a few months, the team of soldiers with the major arrived to the same tea shop. They found an old tea seller sitting there. He was delighted to find customers. He welcomed the soldiers. He prepared tea for them and they began speaking. He shared the life he was leading. They asked him how many customers he was getting in the deserted place. He related how he had great faith in God. The major questioned him, you are living in such poverty. If there is God, why is he not taking care of you? The old shopkeeper said, Sahib, there is God. I tell you there is. Few months ago, terrorists had arrived and they wanted some information from my son. But he did not divulge it. They beat him up severely. I had to take my wounded son to the hospital in the city. I needed medicines for his treatment. On coming back, I begged from my neighbors, but out of fear of repercussion from the terrorists, none of them helped. Then I entered my shop. You will not believe, Sahib. While I was away, God had come to my shop. He made tea, drank tea, and also left some money for me. That money God left, Sahib, you will not understand how valuable it was in treating my son. You will have to believe that Bhagwan is there. The soldiers looked at each other. They looked at the major. They decided to depart. The major said, you are very right. Bhagwan hai.
Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare sayanam, iha samsare, bahudustare, iha samsare, bahudustare, kripaya pare, pahi murare.